Are you Doris?
Yes. Are you Seth?
Yes.
That's funny. You don't look Jewish.
Oh. This is Amanda.
Thank God. She has a plain nose.
Yeah, I guess she does. But she has my eyes, though.
I suppose.
So, how was your flight from Atlanta?
It was dreadful. They made us wait an extra 20 minutes on the runway.
I'm sorry. You know, it's pain.
I know. I have delicate skin.
Oh. I would have called you sooner, but Betty didn't give me your number, and you weren't in the phone book, so...
I understand. Betty and I, we've had our differences.
She talked about you a lot.
I'm sure she didn't.
Nice headstone, huh?
I suppose. I would prefer to cross.
Yeah, but Betty, she, you know, I don't think she really liked that sort of
Well,
thing.
Betty's not the one looking at it now, is she?
No, I guess she's not.
We have a family plot just outside of Atlanta. Perhaps we can move her there.
No, I don't think so. Quite.
You're a comedian, yes?
Yes.
Are you any good?
Betty thought so.
Yes, well, Betty's tastes were always
What?
different.
Oh. Well, thank you very much for meeting with me. Things have been really chaotic since she died. As I told you on the phone, Betty's medical bills were out of this world, and now with Amanda, I was hoping that you and Mr. Clayton might be able to help out with Amanda's expenses mostly. I don't need a lot, you know, maybe for the funeral and hospital, some formula.
And where are your parents, Seth?
My mother died when I was very young, and my father and stepmother live here in Newark, about 10 minutes away, so...
And they can't help you out?
Well, my father's retired, so
I see. It sounds like you're in a difficult situation. Is she all right?
no, I don't know. She's been fussy all morning. I think she's teething.
Good Lord, she's 4 months old. Well, she can't be teething.
I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Wow. She really likes you.
Of course, I'm her grandmother. Goodness, she's had it. What are you feeding her?
Well, formula, mostly, but she also loves peanut butter.
You can't give her peanut butter. She'll choke to death.
She has again.
Goodness, let's get back to business, shall we? So you need money.
Yes, to provide for Amanda, of course.
Well, why don't you just let Mr. Clayton and I provide for ourselves?
I'm sorry?
Look, Mr. Rabinowitz, you're a comedian. You admit you don't know the first thing about raising a child. George and I, we raised 3 children. And yes, Betty and I, we did hit a rough patch there for a moment. But she grew up healthy and happy. And she would have been quite successful had she followed my advice.
Betty was successful. She had an art studio. She sold a lot of paintings.
I believe we have very different definitions of success.
Yeah, I think we probably differ on a lot of things.
Speaking of, we never did receive a wedding invitation. Perhaps it got lost in the mail.
We were married.
No.
talked about it. We were going to after the baby was born, but...
Normally people get married before the baby is born, Mr. Rabinowitz.
Well, that was our choice.
And what choices do you plan on making for my granddaughter?
I just want to give her a good home. Love her.
Will you raise her Jewish?
You know, Betty and I never really had a chance to talk about that because, you know, she...
Now, Betty is not here. And now, it's time for you to make some wise decisions about this child.
Look, Miss Clayton, are you prepared to help me out at this time or not?
Well, here's what I'm prepared to do. I have a cashier's check here, made out to Seth Rabinowitz in the amount of $50,000.
Oh my. Wow, thank you.
Yes, well, George and I are just delighted that Amanda will be in our lives forever. I brought the adoption paperwork for you to sign.
Adoption paperwork? What are you trying to do?
Well, of course, you don't think I'm just giving you the money. I want assurances for my investment. How do I know you won't spend the money on drugs or booze or whatever you do in those clubs?
I'm not an alcoholic, Miss Clayton. I'm a comedian.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Either way, I'm not giving up my daughter.
No. How do you plan on providing for her then?
You know, I don't know. I'll figure it out. You know, I'm actually pretty successful, believe it or not.
Really? And who watches Amanda while you're out being successful?
Friends, babysitter.
No. Amanda deserves better than that. She's a Clayton, for God's sakes. George and I, we can get her into the best schools, the most exclusive circles, polo lessons. She'll be in the proper society. What kind of society can you provide for her, Mr. Rabinowitz? Public schools? A swimming pool at the Y? Second-hand clothing? My granddaughter will not be seen in generic diapers, for God's sakes.
No, I may not have a lot right now, Miss Clayton, but at least I can give her love.
Love. Love doesn't pay the bills. Your child's formula costs more than a box of chocolates. I know you're well-meaning there, Seth, but Betty's father and I will take good care of her.
You know, I have no doubt that she'll want for nothing, but she needs to know her father.
She needs stability and security. Now look, we're making you a sizable offer. More than enough to cover your expenses. And in exchange, you will allow us to raise Amanda as a Clayton, and not a Rabinowitz.
Now I see why Betty stopped talking to you. I'm done with this conversation.
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Rabinowitz. How does $75,000 sound?
Like extortion. I'm not doing it. Look, now give me my daughter.
Fine. $100,000. Your Jewish heritage serves you well.
Give me my baby.
And where do you think you'll go? We have millions and millions of dollars, Seth. We will get that child.
You're insane.
No, Mr. Rabinowitz, I'm eccentric.
If we have to leave the country, we will, and you'll never see your granddaughter again.
Now, wait a minute. I think we just started on the wrong foot, that's all. You've lost your girlfriend, and I've lost my daughter. We're both very emotional. Let's take a moment and take a breath. Remember, it's all about the welfare of this child.
I agree. That's why we're leaving.
Well, wait. What if I gave you no strings attached?
What do you mean?
I mean what I say. This little angel is the last connection we have to our darling daughter. And we miss her terribly. There are so many mistakes we made with Betty that we can never remedy. It would mean so much to help you and Amanda.
Well, it really would make a difference in our lives.
That's all we've ever wanted. May I hold her?
May I hold a check?
Absolutely.
no strings, right?
No strings. Did I spell your name correctly?
Well, there's a W, not a V, but I think this will be just fine.
Good. Just kidding, Mr. Rabinowitz. There are always strings. See, even I can be a comedian. Say